I've got a confession, which some say is good for the soul, but it's a bit of an embarrassing confession. To set the scene, I was 3 weeks into a new job with the Salvation Army, and as chance would have it, a national radio station got in touch and wanted to interview someone about the work we were doing with young people during the summer holidays. Because we were doing lots of work with young people during the summer holidays, there was no one else in the office except the new guy. So off I set, a little anxious but keen to make a good impression. As I sat outside the studio listening to the presenter delivering his live show to the nation, it's fair to say my nerves were growing, which perhaps explains what happened next. You may or may not know, but radio studios tend to be quite small. And so as the music faded, there we were, the two of us, interviewer and interviewee, closely squeezed together, ready for the first question, which was, unfortunately, around about the time that my nerves got the better of me. Now, I don't want to speak out of turn or be unduly crude, but my nerves manifested themselves in a silent but particularly violent and pungent way, which was as ill-timed as it was strangely impressive. If the studio had paint, it would have been peeling, that kind of thing. Now, remember, there were only two of us, and he knew he wasn't responsible for the incredibly antisocial aroma which now permeated the small, contained space. Ever the professional, he conducted the interview without recrimination, but also without breathing in too much either. I have my suspicion that the interview was a little shorter than planned, and it's fair to say I wasn't invited back. Awkward and embarrassing. But why do we get embarrassed? Is it the fear of failure or of being judged, the risk of rejection, of being tested and found wanting? Perhaps it depends on who we are trying to impress, whose acceptance we want or feel we need. The good news is that when we realise that God knows and loves us, when we accept the forgiveness He freely offers each of us, and when we understand that God thinks we're great, we don't really need to worry so much about what other people think. If the creator of the universe thinks we're great, I reckon we're okay, and we can probably put up with most things, including the odd embarrassing moment on the radio. Just as well, really.